What up, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's poppin'? What's good? Listen, I wanted to do this video, man, because I know how hard it is, or how it may seem hard to some guys to actually talk to women. And, you know, you kind of talk to them and you say, well, I get mixed signals. And sometimes the girls seem like they don't want to be bothered, or they give me an attitude and all this other good stuff. All right. Now, let me tell you one thing. All right. If a woman is single, she doesn't have a boyfriend, she doesn't have a man, she doesn't have a husband, whatever. A woman is always, listen to me. I said always in a mood for a man that she likes or might like to approach her and talk to her, right? So what does this mean? So when you approach a woman and you talk to her and she's acting all standoffish, or she's acting like, oh, I don't really want to, all that really means is that she's not into you. Okay, it's not that she's not in the mood or doesn't feel like it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because if it was another guy, or a guy she was attracted to, a guy she might be interested in, then she would be in the mood. Do you understand what I'm saying? So why am I telling you this? The reason why I'm telling you this is because a lot of you guys, you stop yourself from talking to a woman because you see her and you're under the assumption, well, I don't know if I should go talk to her. She looks busy. She looks like she's not in the mood. She looks like she doesn't want to be bothered. So you stop yourself from talking to her, right? So your first mistake is thinking about how she's going to feel about the interaction, right? Now, let's say you approach her and she's not feeling the interaction. She's not feeling you. Then she starts saying all that, oh, I'm not, whatever. Now, at that point, that's her problem. And I really want to get you guys in the zone of realizing this and understanding what I'm trying to say. A lot of times you guys stop yourself and you guys get fucked up when it comes to talking to women, is because you're thinking too much about how she's going to feel, right? When you approach her and she has to actually deal with the interaction of you coming up to her, that's something that she has to deal with. That's something she has to learn how to deal with. And I teach women this. A lot of women have trouble because they're like, oh, I can't stand when all these guys come up to me and I feel like they're bothering me, blah, 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 right? But when they're saying that, that's not your problem. And the reason why I'm saying this, and the reason why you have to get it into your head that it's not your problem, is because if you keep thinking it's your problem, if you keep thinking, well, I don't want to bother her, then you're not going to approach. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is the thing. If you approach her and she's feeling you, she's going to be feeling it. It's not about her not being in the mood, not about her not being into, she don't feel like talking, all this other bullshit. You got to get that shit out your head. It's like, okay, let's say if you're at a street fair or something, right? And if you're at a street fair and they got all these people selling stuff, and certain people might approach you, hey, buy this, check this out, blah, blah, blah. Usually you'll stop somewhere. Let's say if you have a guy, that's selling, a rack of hats or some shit, and you see a hat that you like, and he's like, hey, check out the hats. You're going to stop and check out the hats because that's something you were interested in checking out. You understand? And then the other people that are, trying to sell you some other shit, and you're like, nah, I'm good. I'm not. It's not that you're not in the mood to stop and see their shit. You just don't want to see their shit. You understand what I'm saying? So the same principle applies to this. Now, there are times when women are in a bad mood, when they're moody or some shit happened to them and they're upset about something and blah, blah, blah. Still, none of that shit matters. Because if you approach her and she sees you and she's into you, even if at first you approach her and she's in a bad mood, and if she sees you and she's like, okay, she'll start warming up to it because there's something that you're doing or saying or whatever that's grabbed her interest, which will make her want to continue talking to you. So when you know this means that your job is to just keep going and talking to whoever, whenever, and however you want to make it happen. You understand? So you have to stop blocking yourself. You got this mental block because you're thinking too much about, oh, well, maybe she's not in the mood, because you've been conditioned so much to come up to women and say, you know, and they say, oh, well, I don't feel like talking right now, or, you know, they're being very like standoffish. So you think that this is some like normal thing, like, well, you know, it's just because she's not in the mood, so I'm not gonna, that's why we didn't talk. And oh, this girl over here looks like she might not be in the mood, which is why I'm not gonna talk to her. But the whole not being in the mood and not feeling like talking is bullshit. Because if they were into you, if they liked you, if they were attracted to you, if something about you made them want to talk to you, they would talk to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So your job is to basically go up and talk to different women. Do you understand? And go up and interact with different women. Because what's going to happen is you're going to run into that woman who wants to talk to you. The woman who is going to be inviting and want to have a conversation with you and want to see you again. But the thing is if you stop yourself from doing that, if you stop yourself, you see this woman and you're like, yeah, she look good, but I don't know, she look like she's busy or she's walking fast, or I don't know, she's standing there and I don't know if I should, you know, you're thinking all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, one more thing. And you got to watch out for this, because, and this is what's sad about the whole thing. A lot of times, right, a woman, she will be into you, but the way that she responds to you might seem like she's not. And what I mean by this is, you'll talk to a girl, and I've seen this plenty of times, and this happened to me plenty of times, where even I would see a girl checking me out. I'd be on a train or something, and the girl's checking me out. It's not like she just glanced once. Like, she's continuously looking and staring. And I'm like, this chick is choosing mad hard, right? So then I go up to her. I walk up to her, sit next to her, be like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And then she gives that look like, I'm fine. Like she's all aloof, and like she doesn't care that I'm there. You understand? And that shit is basically bullshit. It's a defense mechanism. Sometimes they do that because they're nervous that you actually came and talked to them, right? And sometimes they're just doing it because they're trying to see how much you're gonna like how far you're gonna take it. They want to, you know, sometimes the women, they want to see how much effort you're gonna put into talking to them, and they play those little stupid games, and you know they act very defensive because they're like, oh shit, this guy actually came up and said something. You understand? So what I want you to do is to make sure that shit doesn't throw you off, because sometimes you go up to a chick, even if she wasn't looking at you, like you just saw her, you walked up to her, and then for a second she'll kind of act all standoffish because it's like a defense mechanism. It's like, oh shit, I got to put up my shield, my bit shield, because you know I'm not sure if I need to reject this guy yet. You understand? Women are so used to rejecting dudes that it becomes a habit. You understand? So once you even approach them, they're just shocked, like, oh god, here's another guy, and then it takes them a second to even process the fucking thing. You understand? But I just want you guys to remember that, you know, don't be out here being scared to approach these women, and don't get caught up or you know, don't believe that whole excuse of, oh, I'm just not in the mood right now to do this and do that and blah blah blah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there are exceptions, but most times women are not gonna be on some I'm not in the mood shit if they're feeling you. Because that whole not in the mood shit, or just acting standoffish, or just trying to play like it's whatever, is them basically, you know, trying to just get rid of you in the situation. And, you know, they don't know how to do it in a certain way, and they kind of feel like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt this guy's feelings, so I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm just not ready for a relationship, I'm not ready to see guys, or whatever. It's some bullshit they tell you, all right? But just keep in mind that if the chick is feeling you, she's going to make it happen. So this is why you can't concern yourself with how she's feeling or what she's going to say. Just go up there, talk to her, and then you make that happen. All right? So I'm out of here, man. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. All right? It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game. The truth is inside you. Peace. Later.
Master the game by joining dating and life coach Mr. Locario live in New York City on Friday, May 15th at So Techie Spaces for his new seminar, Reclaim the Game. Mr. Locario has some exclusive new realistic approaches to the dating game that will help you be successful with women. Purchase your tickets at MrLocario.com. Space is extremely limited, so pick up your tickets today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com.